and welcome to this week's News Bulletin Roundup at the International News Channel. Let's take a look at the headlines. The UN Climate Panel has warned in a recently released report that climate change is increasing at an unprecedented rate due to human activity. Members of the Sackler family, who still own Purdue Pharma, are to pay $4.5 billion to settle bankruptcy. Parents of Florida school children are suing Governor Ron DeSantis for banning mask mandates at schools. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has resigned after an inquiry found that he sexually harassed multiple women, prompting efforts to remove him. In Afghanistan, the Taliban has captured 5 provincial capitals in less than a week, including Kunduz, and 6 provincial capitals in total as of August 9th. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the United States government's top infectious disease expert, states that he is hopeful that the Pfizer vaccine will receive FDA approval by the end of the month. South Korea is planning on releasing Samsung scion Lee Jae-yong on parole. To begin, on Monday, the UN released a new report on climate change. This report has noted that rising sea levels, more and more extreme weather, and other environmental disasters are all within the horizon. Moreover, the report revealed that much of the damage that has been done as a result of human activity, including the rising sea levels, the increasing acidity of the ocean, and the loss of ice sheets, is irreversible. The report calls for immediate action in order to dramatically reduce greenhouse gas emissions around the globe. In fact, the executive director of the UN Environment Program warns that nobody is safe from the impacts of climate change.
With further warming in the coming years, we expect to see new extremes that are unprecedented in magnitude, frequency, timing, or in regions that have never encountered those types of extremes.
You've been telling us for over 3 decades of the dangers of allowing the planet to warm. The world listened, but didn't hear.
It is unequivocal that human influence has warmed the atmosphere, ocean, and the land. We confirm that human-caused emissions of greenhouse gases are the main driver of global warming.
Climate change is here now, but we are also here now. And if we don't act, who will?
In other news, Purdue Pharma, the pharmaceutical company that invented OxyContin, will have to pay a total of $4.5 billion as part of a plan to settle the bankruptcy of their company. Because of a U.S. bankruptcy law, once the $4.5 billion is paid, the Sackler family will be shielded from future lawsuits. Many have expressed outrage for this plan, saying that it allows the family to escape accountability for their role in creating the opioid crisis. Purdue Pharma filed for bankruptcy protection in 2019 while they were getting lawsuits from states, municipalities, and others because of its part in opioid overdoses. These overdoses have killed an estimated 500,000 people. The U.S. trustee wrote, "The Sackler family release violates the United States Constitution." In Florida, with the Delta variant spreading across the United States, a group of parents have banded together to sue Governor Ron DeSantis for banning mask mandates in schools. These parents allege that DeSantis's ban violates the state constitution because it puts these children in imminent and actual threat. Parents with children with pre-existing health conditions are particularly worried for the health of their child in non-masked school settings. While the CDC currently advises that schools require children to wear masks, the governor has said that the CDC's rules are unscientific and inconsistent. Will Florida see mask mandates in schools before the fall? Only time will tell.
Unfortunately, government can't just end it. We still have 1918 flu floating around. So it's something that, if government could just end it, then people wouldn't even need to get the treatment because you could just end it, right? You can't. So we knew this is something that you're gonna have to live with. That's why we work so hard to provide this, particularly for our elderly, for the protection of the vaccination.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has resigned after an inquiry found that he sexually harassed multiple women, prompting efforts to remove him. Women alleged that he made sexual comments, inappropriately touched or groped them, and kissed them without consent. The report led many prominent Democrats to turn against Mr. Cuomo, including Speaker of the House of Representatives Nancy Pelosi, Senate Leader Chuck Schumer, and New York's 2 U.S. senators. His fellow New York Democrats had begun plans to impeach him. He is still facing criminal investigations relating to the harassment claims. As he announced his resignation on Tuesday, Mr. Cuomo continued to deny allegations of sexual harassment.
The Attorney General did a report on complaints made against me by certain women for my conduct. The report said I sexually harassed 11 women. That was the headline people heard and saw and reacted to. The reaction was outrage. It should have been. However, it was also false. Thank you for the honor of serving you. It has been the honor of my lifetime. God bless you.
In Afghanistan, since international troops have fled the nation, fighting between the Taliban and Afghan security forces has accelerated. In fact, the Taliban has now overrun 6 provincial capitals as of August 9th, including Kunduz, where the insurgent group has captured all key government buildings besides the airport and the military base. Taliban spokesperson Zabiullah Mujahid, however, has claimed that the Taliban have captured most of the city and are close to apprehending the airport as well. Kunduz is a northeastern city in Afghanistan, notable for its proximity to the mineral-rich northern provinces, as well as Central Asia. Since the Taliban's arrival in Kunduz, 14 have been killed and 30 have been injured. In other news, the U.S. government's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, has high hopes that the Pfizer vaccine will receive FDA approval by the end of this month. Moreover, Dr. Fauci predicts that this potential approval could lead to widespread vaccine mandates in the private sector, schools, and other areas. Currently, the FDA has only granted emergency use approval of Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. However, it is expected to give approval for Pfizer soon. Though the Biden administration, several airlines, corporations like Disney and Walmart, as well as various small businesses seem to support vaccine mandates, there has also been some resistance. For example, though Indiana University planned to require students and employees to get vaccinated, the U.S. Supreme Court was asked to block this decision. Lastly, after serving the last 18 months in prison, billionaire Samsung scion Lee Jae-young will be released on parole this week. Lee Jae-young was sent to prison because of his role in a large corruption scandal, which led to nationwide protests as well as the dismissal of the country's previous president. Specifically, Lee Jae-young was convicted for bribing the then-president Park Geun-hye and her confidant, who are serving longer terms in prison. Since Lee was set to serve 30 months, his early release continues the pattern of leniency for white-collar crime. That's all for today. Keep watching the International News Channel. I'm Hazar Alsabagh.